Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Stewart Field for today's women's soccer matchup, a non-conference matchup between the visiting University of Chicago Maroons and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and the officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or other abusive comments and actions directed at the officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and may be grounds for removal from Stewart Field. Fans, a reminder, permission to enter the field or the bench areas are restricted to student athletes, coaches, game officials, game day staff, and authorized personnel. Unauthorized individuals violating this policy will be subject to removal from Stewart Field. And now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visiting Maroons. A junior goalkeeper from Mountain View, California, number 0, Sophia Sasaki. Senior forward from San Francisco, California, number 3, Sarah Ginsberg. Junior defender from Woodside, California, number 4, Lane Kohler. A sophomore defender from Orinda, California, number 9, Tara Minowata. A senior midfielder from Los Altos, California, number 10, Stella Elfishway. A sophomore midfielder from Newton, Massachusetts, number 17, Lucy Harrison Caldwell. A junior midfielder from Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, number 23, Mary Stewart Kerrigan. A first-year midfielder from Moraga, California, number 25, Indira Naylor. A senior defender from Leesburg, Virginia, number 27, Liv Sabloff. A first-year midfielder from Sunnyvale, California, number 32, Jamie Wynn. And a sophomore defender from Bellevue, Washington, number 33, Mackenzie Toomey. The Maroons are coached by head coach Amy Reifert, assistant coaches Sam Green, Emma Hill, Lenny Kramer. And now the starting lineups for your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. In goal, a senior from Redmond, Washington, number 1, Sarah Thomas. A junior forward defender from Redmond, Washington, number 4, Kayla Smith. A first-year midfield forward from Tucson, Arizona, number 8, Hannah Ramos. A senior midfielder from St. Paul, Minnesota, number 11, Amelia Mosman. A first-year defender from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 13, Liliana Schuth. A first-year forward from Austin, Texas, number 15, Eva Narvarte. A junior defender from Plymouth, Minnesota, number 16, Gabriela Baltez. A graduate student forward from St. Louis, Missouri, number 21, Katie Chismarek. Senior midfielder from Henderson, Nevada, number 24, Lucy Georgiorian. A senior defender from St. Louis, Missouri, number 26, Jillian Oekschager. And a graduate student defender from Miami, Florida, number 28, Caro Beltran. The Scarlet Hawks are coached by head coach Roshane Ellison in his 10th season, assistant coaches Alan Garcia Pena, Tom Paparunas, Cynthia Osuna, Julian Soto, and Roxanne Myers. And now everyone, if you would rise, please remove your hats if you're wearing one as we honor America for the playing of our national anthem. Right on time. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome into Stewart Field for tonight's non-conference match between the visiting University of Chicago Maroons and the host Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Hello, everyone. This is Eric Willowhite, the Sports Information Director for Illinois Tech Athletics. We have a great non-conference match as this is the 8th game in the series. It's been dominated by the Maroons, although the Scarlet Hawks won on this field 2 years ago, 3-0. The Maroons with a comeback victory, winning 3-2 last year. But overall, 6-1 is the record in favor of the Maroons, but the Scarlet Hawks have closed the gap of recent vintage. And this stands to be a very good contest. The Maroons coming in number 4 in Region 8 in the United Soccer Coaches Poll, while the Scarlet Hawks have moved up to number 6 as of the last poll, and that won't change after results from this past week for both teams, as they'll at least should be 4 and 6 respectively. Maroons in their last 3 games, 1-2, but they've played some tough competition, as they do within their conference in the United Athletic Association. They had a loss 3-1 to University of Rochester on October 5th, 14th ranked at the time. And then they lost on October 12th to 17th ranked New York University 2-0. However, they did win against number 20 Brandeis this past Saturday. That was a 4-1 victory for the Maroons in their last contest. For the Scarlet Hawks, they were winners this past weekend up in De Pere, Wisconsin, as they took on the St. Norbert College Green Knights, and they defeated the Knights 4-0 in their last match this past Saturday. So that brings you up to date. As we get ready to play here at Stewart Field. Thank you for tuning in to the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Whoever you're rooting for, let's enjoy a good non-conference match. These Southside universities, just separated about 24 blocks. Illinois Tech playing right here on 31st Street. And the Maroons play at 55th. Out at the Stagg Field grass fields by the Ratner Center. Illinois Tech has possession of the ball. Here's Kayla Smith. Trying to cross there. That one is blocked. Illinois Tech will be going right to left on your viewing screen. They're in their home whites with red numerals. The Maroons in all maroon with, looks like gray numbers with white trim around it. So some of the single-digit numbers like 3 and 8 might be a little tough to read on the far side. But other than that, sharp-looking uniforms for the Maroons in their road kits as well. Here's Katie Chismarek trying to push that ball ahead, trying to find Hannah Ramos, taken down in the box. No call. Oh, and then the shot goes wide. And the goalie out of position there, but Ramos wasn't able to push that ball, and she might have got injured in that contact in the penalty area. And Coach Ellison was looking for a foul called there, but none forthcoming. So we play on here at Stewart Field. That ball will roll out of bounds along the near side. That'll be a throw-in for Illinois Tech and Jillian Olshager. Ball goes over the head of Navarte, and that's going to be collected by the Maroons inside their own zone. They'll push that ball forward, trying to make connection there with Sarah Ginsberg on the going up the left side. But that ball rolls out of bounds, throw in for Caro Beltran and the Hawks. She finds Ramos, that slips between her legs and out, and a throw in now for Liv Sabloff and the Maroons. She gets that one into a teammate. Beltran working to punch that one out of bounds, and she does over on the far corner. So another throw in for Sabloff. Here's Ramos battling with Lucy Harrison Caldwell. Now Caldwell gets the ball back momentarily, and then Sabloff has some real estate. She's free. She's chipping it towards the box, and that's headed over, and that's going to go over a back line. We're going to get a corner kick for the Maroons, so early corner kick here in the first 3 minutes of action, 3+ minutes of action. And heading to take the kick will be Sabloff. Now, Eva Narvarte and Hannah Ramos switch positions, so Ramos came out to the top of the penalty area. And Narvarte went inside. That one, nice corner, and that's headed forward by Gabby Baltez. Knocked back down by the Maroons, but chipped back upfield, bodied down by Lucy Harrison Caldwell. Now it's going to go into Maroons territory. Pressure being applied from Chismarek. That's going to be booted forward by Sasaki. As she gets a lot of loft on that ball. And it's chipped forward. Narvarte with the header. Nice header to find Kayla Smith. And now Chismarek using her body position to move forward there. Board off a defender and send Mosman free on the right side. Here's Mosman, one-on-one with Sabloff. Rolls it towards the net. That's knocked back out, and the Maroons will look to go the other way. Cutting in, however, is Liliana Schuth to keep the ball in Hawks' possession. Now Beltran. Beltran finds Mosman. Mosman far side. Back up high to Schuth. Schuth feeds it to Chismarek. Tried to use that body position again, but then the ball got out in front of her. Ball's back into the Hawks, however. Here's Mosman. Mosman looks to take it wide, chipping it towards the box into the hands of Sophia Sasaki, as she'll hold on and roll that ball into play. And that's exactly what she does. Sabloff in her own zone. Trying to split a pair of defenders. She'll give it a big boot inside the Hawks territory, headed forward by Gabby Baltez of the Hawks. Here's Lucy Georgiorian. Throws it through the circle, finding Schuth. Schuth over to the near side. That's too far out in front of Amelia Mosman. That'll be a throw-in for University of Chicago and Liv Sabloff right near midfield. Sabloff finds Harrison Caldwell, back to Sabloff. And she'll get it over to the midfield stripe. Chipping it over to Harrison Caldwell. But Beltran intercepts and punches that one upfield. That one's going to roll, eventually go out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in for UChicago inside Maroons territory. In the circle go the Maroons. Now Baltez will let it roll over to Sarah Thomas, who gets it over to Schuth. Liliana wasn't aware that that ball was coming her way. Thomas just kind of rolled it there, so Hawks escape some early danger there. Here's Ramos. Hannah Ramos, chip shot, save made by Sasaki. And that'll roll over the back line, and the Hawks will have their first corner kick as Lucy Georgiorian will make her way over to that near corner. So a good rush by the Hawks, and Ramos getting a shot off there. And Sasaki with a very nice save, and now we'll have a corner kick, first one for the Scarlet Hawks. Right foot kick on the way. No, they'll set it back and play to Oligshager. Oligshager up high, left foot, sailing it towards the box. And trying the header was Baltez, but not sure if she was able to get a piece. Either way, it goes over the back line and out. It'll be goal kick for UChicago. Yeah, so nervous moment there for the Hawks as Schuth had to gather up that ball coming from Thomas with pressure coming in, but the Hawks were able to turn that into a scoring opportunity, so no harm, no foul, at least in that situation. Here's Mosman to Narvarte, back to Ramos. Ramos up high to Georgiorian, feeding it inside to Narvarte. Tries a little chip shot, and that goes into the hands of Sasaki. So Hawks offense getting some looks here. Now the Maroons look to bring it upfield. Over on the left side is Ginsberg. Ginsberg trying to go for that wide, but it's going to roll out of bounds. That'll be a throw-in for Carl Beltran and the Hawks. Finds Mosman. Mosman at midfield. That one ricochets off, goes off of Ginsberg and out. It'll be another throw-in for Illinois Tech. Intercepted by the Maroons and El Fishway. Now they'll drop that one back. Toomey has the ball. Toomey feeding it to Sabloff. That ball hangs up in the air. Header. Baltez will head it back up. Little game of header going on between the two teams, and now Baltez will give it a boot, pushing it upfield. Gets to the midfield stripe, just short of, and the Maroons keep it inside the zone for the moment. And now Navarte will pick up the loose change and race through the circle, trying to punch that one ahead. Trying to find Hannah Ramos. Coming out to meet the ball first is Sophia Sasaki. Ball punched through to Schuth, and now Narvarte. Eva Narvarte finds Chismarek. Trying to feed it up to Beltran, but that's taken away by Ginsberg. Well, the Hawks get it back. Lucy Georgiorian. Over to the far side, here's Amelia Mosman. Now she'll cut to the inside. Passes it to Narvarte. Narvarte trying to find Chismarek. Mosman gets in there. Maroons get the ball back. Now they'll head the other way as Mary Stewart Kerrigan had it. Yeah, just as Coach Ellison was saying, who's picking up 17? She was wide open in that circle, but then the Hawks got a whistle on a foul or something. Narvarte on that near side. That one kept in by the Maroons. Ball bodied down, and then it's going to go over to Gabby Baltez. Baltez. Check that. Liliana Schuth chips out ahead. That's headed down by the Maroons. Headed back to the circle. Georgiorian finds it. He's got pressure from behind. And then she's going to go wide to Mosman. Mosman bodies it down. She's got two defenders. Chips it over to Ramos. Ramos to Beltran. Back to Georgiorian. Now Beltran back to Mosman. Mosman finds Ramos. Little give and go action here. Ramos trying to stay with it. Good job by Hannah Ramos getting that ball back. Mosman throws it towards the net, and Sophia Sasaki pulls that one in. The Maroons will roll up on that near sideline. Heading through the circle, Narvarte trying to close, and she's able to interrupt. Ball crosses it back over to Narvarte in the circle. Ahead to Chismarek. Chismarek, Mosman racing for it along with Sabloff. Sabloff will claim it first and throw it back to Sasaki. 33-34 to go here in the first half. Scoreless here at Stewart Field between these two Southside neighbors. Now here's Georgiorian trying to send that one wide to Kayla Smith over on the near side. Now ball knocked away. Smith will retrieve. Kayla Smith cuts back to the inside. Has a defender behind her. Smith cuts back in, and then the Maroons able to bottle that one up and throw the ball out of bounds on the near side. We'll have a substitution coming up for the Maroons. Next opportunity will be Caitlin Gomez coming in. That'll be our first substitution of today's match. Now Narvarte on that near sideline, battling. And we get a whistle, and that'll be Maroons' ball. So UChicago put the ball in play on the near side, deep inside their territory. Free kick coming. Kick into Hawks territory. And that's headed by Baltez into a crowd. Maroons look to come out with it, but Georgiorian has it and throws it over to Kayla Smith. Now Smith trying to send it down the middle, but the Maroons pick that one off and look to bring the ball back into Hawks territory. They do. Good play there from, I believe that was El Fishway. Now here come the Maroons inside the zone. Feeding it ahead. Spinning. Ball is loose. Ball goes down. No foul. Now, both teams calling for fouls in this game. None forthcoming. We've had very little activity as 50-50 ball there won by Ginsburg. Tries to center. But Schuth gets in front of that one, knocks it over the back line. This will be the second corner kick for the Maroons. And Liv Sabloff, 27, to take the kick. Here's the kick from Sabloff. Low line drive, headed forward by Baltez. And now it'll go over to Sabloff, who gets it high towards the box. And that one knocked down. Chipped upfield by Narvarte. And then taken by Kayla Smith. Smith stumbles. Maroons get the ball back momentarily, and then Baltez will push it out of bounds over on that near side. It'll be a throw-in for UChicago. And now Gomez, Caitlin Gomez will enter the match for the Maroons. And coming off will be number 33, Mackenzie Toomey. Maroons throw in near side. Shot towards the net, and Sarah Thomas able to make the save. So Thomas covers that one up on the first good opportunity there for the Maroons. Here is Harrison Caldwell. She's got some space, pushes it ahead. Oh, and now in all alone, shot, ball is loose. And it's kept out of the net somehow as the Hawks block that one. And then it rolls out on the side, I believe. I don't think it's a corner. I think it's just be a throw-in from that far corner, and it is. So the Hawks blocking that shot. Making a team save there. Now cross into the goal area. Smith will knock it forward to Chismarek. Now Katie Chismarek, cross midfield, punching it ahead. Trying to get that one over to Kayla Smith, but the Maroons were able to recover first. And Sasaki with a big kick. And now Beltran will track it down and knock it out of bounds for the throw-in. Here's the throw-in for Harrison Caldwell. Gets that one inside. Taken away by Mosman. Mosman on Ginsburg. Kept forward, Harrison Caldwell gets it back. Now she'll cut to the outside and feed it to the inside. Chip towards the box, and that's knocked down by Baltez and booted forward by Georgiorian. Now here's Hannah Ramos to Chismarek. Chismarek has Kayla Smith to her left and Eva Narvarte to her right. Feeds it to Narvarte, too far out in front, however, unable to recover. And then Ginsburg will get the ball over on the far side. Ball chipped forward. Here's Georgiorian. Pressure from behind. Finds Chismarek. Chismarek. Now to Mosman, back to Chismarek. They have some space now. Inside to Narvarte. Back up high. Georgiorian. She'll chip it towards the box. That'll go wide. And it'll be a goal kick for UChicago. 27 minutes remaining in the opening half. We are scoreless here at Stewart Field on the south side of Chicago. 31st and State Street. Here come the Maroons. Looking to get their offense reestablished here as they take the ball over on the near side, crossing midfield. Now spinning it towards center. They'll get it all the way over to the near side. Harrison Caldwell feeding it inside. That one goes wide. Race for the ball. Maroons chip it towards the box, but that's going to go over the back line and goal kick for the Hawks. Another substitution for the Maroons as Camiran Braxton Grimes comes in. And replacing number 10, Stella Elfishway. Ball intended for Mosman. That's going to roll out of bounds in Maroons territory. Harrison Caldwell will take the throw. And one substitution queued up for the Scarlet Hawks as Lena Yonahara will come in at the next opportunity. Here's Ginsberg. Ginsberg lets that ball rifle through. And that one is knocked over the back line and out. Another goal kick for the Scarlet Hawks. Here's that first substitution, and coming in is Lena Yonahara. Hannah Ramos checking out. Yeah, you can see Ramos still kind of in limping a little bit there from that early contact in the half. And I don't know if that's affecting her somewhat as Beltran hits that one out of bounds, unfortunately. Throw in for the Maroons. Headed forward. And that one chipped towards the net by Braxton Grimes, but it goes over the back line and out. Another goal kick for Sarah Thomas and the Hawks. Thomas will set it down for the kick and taps it into play over to Beltran. Beltran back to Thomas. Thomas over to the far side, Baltez. Now Olashager. Upfield finds Narvarte. Eva Narvarte taken away by the Maroons. And it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Maroons or Illinois Tech throw in near side. Olashager. Ramos getting tended to by the trainer for the Hawks. So we'll keep an eye on that situation. Narvarte racing for the ball, but that's pushed ahead by Lane Kohler. Over to Sasaki. Back to Kohler. Kohler with the boot into Hawks territory. Baltez steps in front of that one, and now Georgiorian has it. Splits a pair of defenders and gets it over to Kayla Smith on the near sideline. Smith cutting to the inside. Has a little room. Fires that one well wide and hide. And it goes over the back line and out. Goal kick for the Maroons. 23-25 to go in the opening half. No score between the University of Chicago and Illinois Tech. Glad you can join us on this Monday night. Rare Monday night match here during the season, but it's a non-conference match for the Hawks. They'll have another one next Monday, but it'll be a road match up at University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. So back-to-back Mondays as you're getting towards the end of the season. Coach Ellison likes to fill in a couple non-conference matches. The annual match with the Maroons. And then another match with Whitewater here with 3 more conference matches to go. Hawks play at Benedictine on Wednesday. They'll host Wisconsin Lutheran on Saturday as part of Senior Day. And then they'll close out with a match, I believe it's at Rockford on next Wednesday. Here come the Maroons inside the zone. Naylor. That ball knocked back out of bounds over on the far side. Harrison Caldwell will handle the throw for the Maroons. Caldwell gets that ball in, but Mosman will find it first. Now Beltran That one knocked out of bounds by the Maroons. It'll be Illinois Tech throw-in. Another substitution queuing up for UChicago. Avery Gallucci will come in at the next opportunity. Mosman will drop it to Baltez. Baltez in the middle. Fires that over to the near side. That's going to roll out of bounds, though. Kayla Smith unable to reach that one as it's off target. And coming in will be Gallucci. And checking out will be Sarah Ginsburg for the Maroons. Ball rolls off of the leg of Georgiorian. Hawks able to keep it inside, however. And now Olashager finds Narvarte. Narvarte ahead to Chismarek. Dodges a defender, but we're going to get a foul on the Maroons right at midfield. So free kick coming for Illinois Tech. Here's Gabby Baltez. Crossfield to Liliana Schuth. Being pressured there by Gallucci. Mosman eludes her defender. Then rolls it ahead to Yonahara. Here's Yonahara trying to find a lane. Stops. Then she'll bring it back. It gets deflected. Good job by Gallucci. And that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Hawks. There's Yonahara. And it's chipped away by the Maroons, and they'll roll out for another throw-in. Actually, it'll be a Maroons throw-in over on the far side there. "20 minutes remaining in the opening half. We are scoreless to this point. One good opportunity for each team. Couple good opportunities for the Maroons, but the Hawks were able to get a team save there with Sarah Thomas down and out after the first attack. Yeah, so the Maroons were very close to scoring a few minutes ago. Here's Kayla Smith heading towards that near corner. She'll take possession. Smith has it. Trying to spin around her defender there, and now she's cutting to the inside. Smith brings it up high. Here's Lucy Georgiorian. Georgiorian finds Narvarte. Eva Narvarte spinning to the outside. Tries to feed it in. Booted back out by the Maroons. Georgiorian's there to keep it inside the zone. Beltran finds Mosman. Mosman on the far side. Mosman inside, outside, back inside. Then back up high to Georgiorian. Now they'll look to change directions again. And we get a whistle. And a foul called, I guess. So we get a free kick for the Hawks. As Georgiorian will have the free kick. So Georgiorian will take the free kick here. UChicago very unhappy with the call. Yeah, no one really knows what the call was. I didn't see the contact. Doesn't mean a foul didn't happen. Georgiorian just too strong on it as that one sails high over the left corner. Coach Reifert still looking for an explanation. Ball inside Maroons territory. A pair of fours chasing for the ball. Getting there first, however, is Lane Kohler. Ball knocked out of bounds on the near side. Throw in for the Maroons. And a substitution for UChicago as Josie Majauka is going to come in. So Majauka coming in for the Maroons. I'll have to wait till I see the back number. That's 25. That's Indira Naylor coming off for UChicago. Yeah, those gray numbers make it a little hard to see for the broadcaster and statisticians, but it is what it is. Ball inside Hawk territory in the goal mouth. And it goes over the back line, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Hawks. Coach Reifert not agreeing with that call either. Thomas will take the kick. Beltran, far side, upfield Mosman. Rolls that ball in the air. Two defenders on her, taken away by Harrison Caldwell. Now back inside to Sabloff. Sabloff will take it over the midfield stripe. Feeding it ahead. Nice touch pass inside to Gallucci. Gallucci has it. And spinning it. Oh, there's Gallucci, sorry. Gallucci up high to Harrison Caldwell. Now big kick towards the box. And that one's knocked out of there. Beltran will body it down and kick it out of bounds over on the far side for another Maroons throw-in. So good pressure, sustained pressure here by the Maroons as we're under 16 minutes remaining, 15:51 to go here in the opening half. Still scoreless. Here's Beltran, pushes it ahead. Chismark will touch it down and feeds Mosman. Mosman now. Harrison Caldwell applying good pressure. Mosman trying to keep it in, knocked out. And it's going to be UChicago or Illinois Tech throw-in. Good defending there by Gallucci and Harrison Caldwell on Mosman. Ball rolls out of bounds, now a throw in. Chismark ahead to Mosman. Bodied down by Yonahara, trying to get it to Chismark, but not enough on it, and Sabloff able to feed it. Chismark runs in. She'll take the ball and move it to Narvarte. Pressure being applied, finding Kayla Smith. Kayla Smith cutting to the inside. And taken down, no call. And now the Maroons will move forward. Yonahara with the steal. Over to Mosman. Mosman trying to feed it through, no one home, and it'll roll to Sophia Sasaki as another substitution on deck for UChicago as Raquel Dos Santos will make her way into the game at the next opportunity. Narvarte keeps it inside Maroons territory. It's going to roll over to that near side, however. And the Maroons will get there first. Lane Kohler with the ball. Here's Narvarte. Finding Yonahara in the circle. Now Mosman. Mosman with a little real estate in front of her. That closes quickly. Narvarte chipping it ahead. Trying to get it back to Mosman. Now headed up by Yonahara, going towards that back line, and Harrison Caldwell will let that one roll out for the UChicago goal kick. So now coming in is Raquel Dos Santos, and coming out will be number 32, Jamie Wynn. So Jamie Wynn checking out. Dos Santos checking in. Kohler will push it over to the near side. Oleschlager pinched in to keep it inside the zone. Now Narvarte. She'll veer to the outside. Narvarte trying to find Kayla Smith. Smith stops. Spins back outside. Cutting in. Here's Kayla Smith. Trying to center it to Narvarte. Knocked out of there by the Maroons. Oleschlager boots that one in the air. Beltran knocks it down. Carol Beltran back over to Jillian Oleschlager. Finds Narvarte again. Here's Narvarte. Oh, feeds it through the legs. Shot! Hits the side of the net. Nifty play there by Eva Narvarte. Getting it through the legs of the defender and almost, but unfortunately hitting the side of the net. But it will result in a corner kick for the Hawks and Lucy Georgiorian in that near corner. Pair of substitutions queuing up for the Maroons. We'll get that after this corner kick here. Curling in, punched out by Sasaki. And now stopped And shot back by Kayla Smith, but that goes wide of the right corner. And then coming in for the Maroons is 24, Anna Tommen. And I think it was 30, Ashley Hayes. Coming out is Stuart Kerrigan and Minawata. Hawks have only done one substitution to this point. That was Lena Yonahara coming in for Hannah Ramos. And part of that might have been due to, now Yonahara does play a fair amount, but Ramos also got banged up early in that first half, as we mentioned, in a tumble there in the Maroons penalty area. Ball kicked upfield by Schuth. Now Beltran will move it ahead, and it's bodied out of bounds by Harrison Caldwell. Throw in for Beltran and the Hawks. 10:48 to go here in the first half, scoreless at Stewart Field. Headed up by the Maroons, bodied down by Chismarek. Finds Mosman. Mosman now to Chismarek. Spins it back up high to Beltran. Beltran fires it towards the box. That's going to go wide. Smith will try and track it down. Maroons will get there first and knock it out of bounds for a Hawks throw in near side. Jillian Oleschlager will field that throw. Looking for an opening and drops it in. The Hawks, or the Maroons, intercept. Oh, and now Chismarek tries to keep it in. She does. And they're going to say offsides against the Hawks. That'll be Maroons' ball. Sophia Sasaki will just put it into play to Sabloff. And up the middle they go. Here's Kayla Smith. Smith. Now Chismarek. Over to Yonahara to Narvarte. Back to Georgiorian. Crossfield over to Mosman. Chips it towards the box. Quick hands there by Sasaki as she's able to pull that one down. Good idea by the Hawks. Getting the wide shot from Mosman. And we will have our second Hawks substitution as Allie Murray will check in next chance. And then another substitution for the Maroons as well. Here's Schuth going for the ball near the circle. That'll be Karina Shaw going in for UChicago at the next chance. Foul on the Maroons, so that'll be a free kick for Illinois Tech. Oleschlager will take that kick. Another substitution queuing up for the Hawks will be Kayla Thomas and Victoria Ucher. So Coach Ellison here under 10 minutes trying to get some fresh bodies in and get some rest for some of the starters in advance of halftime. Narvarte battling there. Here's Braxton Grimes. Braxton Grimes with some space. Fires it, and that'll sail wide over the back line. What a shot by Braxton Grimes. Substitutions now. Again, coming in for the Maroons is Karina Shaw, Kayla Thomas, Victoria Ucher, and Allie Murray coming in for the Hawks. Coming out for Illinois Tech is Amelia Mosman, Lucy Georgiorian, and Eva Narvarte. That was Braxton Grimes who checked out. She just had that shot, and then she comes out in place of Karina Shaw. Here's Beltran. Beltran taken down, and the foul called. Foul called on Gallucci there. Beltran will give it to Schuth. Schuth over to Thomas. Pressure being applied. He'll put it across to Gabriela Baltez. Baltez finds Oleschlager. Upfield now to Kayla Smith. Smith, three defenders around her. And that's going to be Illinois Tech ball. Throw to midfield. And a foul on the Hawks, so Maroons possession just inside the midfield stripe, inside Hawks territory. Knocked forward, and Schuth will knock it back upfield. Maroons get it back in the zone, however. Now Ucher will find Olashager. Ahead to Chismarek. Chismarek, Ucher. Ucher to the circle. Ali, check that. Lena Yonahara. Yonahara finding Beltran. Beltran to Kayla Thomas. Kayla Thomas stepping front, eludes her defender, keeps the ball going, but it's going to roll just out of bounds as that second level of defense for the Maroons caused the ball to go out of bounds. That was pressure applied by Anna Tommen. Throw in for the Maroons, headed forward by Schuth. Joanne Porter will come in for the Hawks at the next substitution opportunity. Here's Allie Murray. Murray ahead to Chismarek. Crossfield, missing connection there with Kayla Smith, but Murray gets the ball back. Murray taken down. And a yellow card is being issued. Yellow card to Raquel Dos Santos. Free kick coming for the Hawks. It'll be Liliana Schuth taking the kick. All right, whistle on. Schuth throwing it inside the box. That's headed out of there by Kohler. Now Kayla Smith on the near side. And we get an offsides call against Illinois Tech with 5:27 to go in a scoreless first half. This feels like one of those games where it's going to be a mistake by one of the teams that will lead to probably the opening goal. Maybe. But scoreless to date. There hasn't been a ton of scoring opportunities either way. There's the good battle between these two South Side combatants. Non-conference match here at Stewart Field. And the Maroons bring the ball inside the zone. Now they'll take it over on that near side. Deeper into territory, a little space. Chipping it towards the box. Ball gets free. It's going to go roll over the back line possibly. I think Beltran Schuth will let that roll out, and that'll be a Hawk goal kick. Here's Joanne Porter in, and Katie Chismarek will come out with 4:21 to go in the first half. Schuth. Allie Murray. Beltran. And that one goes out of bounds. That'll be a throw in for the Maroons deep inside Hawks territory as Harrison Caldwell will look to move into position. Ball into that far corner. Shaw. That ball rolls to Sarah Thomas, who will scoop that up with 3:40 to go. Liliana Schuth, pressure being applied by Shaw. Now Beltran. Beltran has it roll out of bounds. Throw in for Harrison Caldwell, looking for an outlet. Finally inside. Now Harrison Caldwell back on that far sideline. Eludes Thomas. Crosses it. Kayla Smith trying to track it down. Maroons keep it inside the zone. They'll take it wide, but then it rolls out of bounds on that near side. Under 3 minutes to go. Throw in for Illinois Tech. Oh, it's a beautiful night here on the south side. Perfect weather. It was 80 degrees earlier today. We're looking right now at 75 degrees, calm winds. And now Baltes steps up. She'll have some space in front of her. Finds Porter. Porter dropping it back to Murray. She was headed the other way. And now the Hawks having some difficulty connecting on passes right now. Here's Thomas. Thomas gets the ball back. Keeps it inside. Kayla Thomas getting around Harrison Caldwell. Thomas trying to get it upfield, feeding the seam, trying to find Ucher, but that's knocked by Kohler. Kohler's played a very strong game, interrupting the Hawks' flow on multiple occasions. Now that feed is going to go out of bounds, intended for Gallucci. That'll be a throw in for Beltran and the Hawks. Under 2 minutes remaining in the opening half, a minute 51. Harrison Caldwell off the leg of Thomas and out, throw in for the Maroons. Quick throw, trying to find Shaw. Being pressured in that corner by Liliana Schuth, and that rolls over the back line. That'll be a goal kick for Illinois Tech. Yeah, things have clamped down a little bit here. There were a few chances on both sides, but things have been kept pretty much on the perimeter here in the last several sequences. As we're coming up on the 1 minute mark. One minute remaining in the first half, 1 minute. All booted upfield, headed back in by Kohler. Now Olashager trying to battle to get that ball back, as is Yona Hara. Now Kayla Smith has it. Goes out of bounds. It'll be a Hawks throw-in right at near midfield. See if either team is able to get a shot off here in the final 30 seconds. Pressure being applied. Maroons look to steal. Now knocked down by Olashager. 20 seconds remaining. Gets the ball upfield. That rolls off of Porter and out. Throw in for the Maroons with 14 seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Halftime score. University of Chicago 0, Illinois Tech 0. Scarlet Hawk fans, don't forget this Wednesday, men's soccer will be back on the pitch here at Stewart Field as they take on Benedictine in a conference match. 7 p.m. start right back here at Stewart Field. Come on out and support Illinois Tech men's soccer. Thursday night, Illinois Tech women's volleyball will host a big match against Dominican University as the Stars come to town. 7 p.m. match time at the Keating Center. This Friday night at the Dunbar Track, Cross Country will be holding their senior night and time trials out at the Dunbar Track and Field Park. Please come on out and pack the track as Cross Country honors their seniors on senior night. And a rare opportunity to see your Illinois Tech cross country team perform in person. Come on out to the Dunbar Track, pack the track. This Saturday, it'll be a soccer doubleheader as Wisconsin Lutheran comes in. Men's soccer will take on the Warriors starting at the 1 p.m. match. Then at 3:30 p.m., the women's team will take the field to take on the Warriors as well. So doubleheader soccer action this weekend at Stewart Field. We'll take an audio break here on the broadcast. Again, no score here at halftime. You're watching Illinois Tech women's soccer on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. first half statistics. In the match, scoreless at halftime. University of Chicago with 4 shots, Illinois Tech 5. Shots on goal, 2 shots apiece. 3 corners for the Maroons, 2 for the Scarlet Hawks. 1 yellow card issued against UChicago. 5 fouls on the Maroons, 1 against the Scarlet Hawks. 2 offsides whistled against Illinois Tech. 2 saves for each goalkeeper. Those are your halftime stats. So Illinois Tech and University of Chicago getting ready to come back out on the pitch for the second half. The Maroons will be going left to right on your viewing screen. Scarlet Hawks will be going, I'll check that. Yes, they'll be going. No, they won't. I take that back. They'll be going, the Maroons will be going right to left on your viewing screen. And the Hawks will be going left to right. Just keep getting confused because we moved our camera to the other side of the field, the east side of the field. And our press box is still on the far side, so if you see us, we're in this little platform here at midfield along the far side. The Maroons to your right, Scarlet Hawks to your left to second half. Both teams are huddling up before we begin the second half. Very long huddle here. If I had Jeopardy music, I would play it, but now they're breaking the huddle. We're ready to go. Half number 2 between Illinois Tech and University of Chicago Maroons about set to get underway here. Good competitive first half, no score, so we left it the way we started. And now the Maroons and the Hawks will look to see who's going to dent the score sheet here first, if anyone does. And the Hawks won 2 years ago here at Stewart Field by the score of 3-0. The Maroons with a comeback victory last year at the Stagfield Grass Field, 3-2 was the final score in last year's game. Again, the Maroons lead the overall series 6-1. Here comes UChicago inside, early attempt, and we get an offsides against UChicago. So good first early chance there for the Maroons as they came out flying there, but an offsides whistled against UChicago, and now the Hawks will start play over on that near sideline, punching it upfield. Mosman. Beltran trying to find Chismarik. And now here's Hannah Ramos. Ramos trying to feed that one in to Kayla Smith, but stepping in front of that one was Minawat, I believe. Now the Maroons will boot that one upfield. That one will go out of bounds for a throw-in for the Hawks. Here's Chismarik. Ramos. And now Beltran will throw it towards the box, but right into the hands of Sophia Sasaki. Each goalkeeper made 2 saves in that opening half. And Hawks probably had a team save there. Here's Baltez over to Kayla Smith on the far side. Smith back down low to Olashager. Narvarte. And now Georgiorian. Georgiorian will slip it over to Liliana Schuth. And pushing that one upfield, no white jerseys to be found, so they'll just let that one roll into the hands of Sasaki, who picks it up. And then he'll roll it over to Sabloff. Liv Sabloff, cross midfield, intercepted there by Schuth. And now Hannah Ramos. Ramos will cut to the inside, back to the outside, being double teamed, has the ball taken away. Now the Maroons will push it over to the far side, race for the ball. Oh, good keep there, but it eventually goes out of bounds. Nice hustle play there by the Maroons' Indira Naylor, but eventually goes out of bounds. Now Narvarte battling for it, pushing it ahead, and then she's knocked off the ball there by Stuart Kerrigan. And it goes over the back line. That'll be a goal kick for the Maroons. Through the circle they come. Maroons busting out here, but then Beltran will push it upfield off of Ramos. Maroons get the ball back. Beltran getting in front of that ball. The Maroons look to get it back over on that near sideline, near corner. Beltran. Ball rolled inside and punched out of there by Gabriela Baltez back upfield. Maroons bring the ball inside. They'll stop, bring it to the outside. Ginsburg sliding it over to... Now kick towards the box. Hawks will get there first. That's Olashager. Jillian Olashager trying to get it across midfield. She does. Race for it with Katie Chismark. Ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be Illinois Tech ball. Olashager with the throw-in. Georgiorian chips that ball towards the inside. Chismark tries to get it, but Maroons are able to cover up. Upfield the Maroons go. Braxton Grimes pushes it ahead, punched out of there by Liliana Schuth. And we get a yellow card on the Hawks bench. Coach Ellison getting a yellow card here. So we'll make sure we get that recorded. Ball ricochets over towards the far side. Maroons are able to recover. And that one's chipped out of the box. It'll roll all the way back over toward us. Chismark tries to get there first, but the Maroons keep it in play. Kohler towards the bottom of the circle, and Sabloff. Sabloff will change direction now. And here the Maroons have had the better of the play here in the opening minutes of the second half. Huh? What? Throw in for the Hawks. Trying to feed it inside to Navarte from Smith. That gets knocked out by the Maroons, so we'll do it again. Smith finding Chismark, battling. And now Narvarte picks up the loose change. Up high, there's Beltran. Beltran tries to get the shot off, and it's taken away by the Maroons, and they're on the rush. Braxton Grimes racing up along the right side as Sarah Ginsburg motors onto that near corner. Now trying to beat it on the back line. Ball rolls over. It'll be Maroons' ball. This will be, no, they're going to say it's Illinois Tech ball. Okay. So goal kick coming for the Scarlet Hawks. Over to Olashager on the far side. Finds Narvarte. Narvarte cuts inside-outside and then finds Kayla Smith. Olashager will boot it to midfield. Chismark will knock it down. Katie Chismark now heading back upfield across the midfield stripe she goes. Through the circle. Trying to feed it, squeeze it through to Ramos. Went off of Smith. And then the Maroons get it back into Hawks territory, headed by Olashager. Narvarte racing for it, kicked out of bounds by Minowata, and it'll be a throw in for Illinois Tech right here at midfield. Jillian Olashager will take the throw. Narvarte chips towards center, but nobody there but maroon jerseys. And now Sabloff gets it to midfield. Forward they go. Stuart Kerrigan. Knocked away. Good play there by Baltez. Now upfield the Hawks. Mosman. Mosman cuts to the inside. To the circle, Narvarte. Trying to go wide right. Ramos trying to race there with Kerrigan. Hawks look to get the ball back. They do. Beltran loses it. Now the Maroons will throw it into the circle. UChicago now into Hawks territory. Braxton Grimes. As Baltez knocks that ball away. Here's Kayla Smith upfield. Going to get there first, however, is Kohler, Lane Kohler, and then gets it over to Minowata. Minowata stops, heads towards center, drops it to Kohler. Kohler with the left foot, or right foot up to intercepted by Georgiorian. Now Kayla Smith. Smith battling, gets on the ball. Kayla Smith heading towards the inside, throwing it, and it'll roll on to Sasaki as Mosman and Ramos were in the vicinity. Now Ramos still, you could tell that she's slowed by that leg injury or whatever happened there in that early first half collision in the Maroons penalty area there. She just seems to be hobbling just a little bit, but she's out here to start that second half. Narvarte racing with Kohler. Kohler doing a good job of bodying Narvarte off the ball and then regains possession, but it's taken away by her numeral's sake, Kayla Smith. Smith now to Olashager. Up high to Baltez. Baltez will find Olashager again. Olashager. Narvarte. Far corner offsides against Illinois Tech. 35-14 to go here in the second half. Still scoreless at Stewart Field. These non-conference opponents. And the Maroons will have their first substitution of the second half, and it'll be the same first substitution was in the first half. Number 20, Caitlin Gomez. So come in at the next opportunity. In the circle to Kayla Smith. She'll roll wide and pass wide to Mosman. Here's Amelia Mosman. Stutter step, taking it wide. And now Beltran. And her pass misses connection, goes out of bounds. It'll be UChicago throw in. As Caitlin Gomez will check back in the match. And checking out will be Cameron Braxton Grimes. Throw in taken by Georgiorian. She'll circle back up high. Beltran misses connection there with Mosman, goes out of bounds, throw in for UChicago near side. Pass wide. Maroons inside the zone, and that one rolls off. The cross rolls off of Olashager and goes over the back line, so this will be a corner kick for the Maroons from the far corner. Liv Sabloff will head over to that corner to take the corner kick. This is the fourth corner for the Maroons. 3 in that opening half. Right foot kick from Sabloff, lofting to the center of the box. Knocked down, where is it? And Thomas is able to hold on. She seems to be shaken up, however. She's still down on the ground. Let's see. She's still not fully up. But she says play on, so good job by Sarah Thomas there to gather up that corner kick. And now the Hawks will look to get their offense on track. That one rolls out of bounds. It'll be a Maroons throw in over on the near side. And we get a foul on Illinois Tech, possibly on Amelia Mosman. So free kick over on the near side. And ball in play, right foot kick toward the box, headed down by Olashager. Kept in up high by the Maroons. They'll put it back down low. Olashager saw that one coming, intercepts, and chips it upfield. Too far in front, however, for Kayla Smith. And Lane Kohler will get there first, throw it towards Sasaki. Smith applying the pressure. Sasaki pushes it upfield. Ball's bodied down by Schuth. And the Maroons get it back. Stuart Kerrigan pushing it upfield. Trying to find El Fishway. El Fishway battling there with Gabby Baltez. El Fishway gets the cross through. Ball is loose. And the Maroons kick it out of danger. Hannah Ramos with the kick to kick it out of bounds on that near side, so a throw in. So good opportunity there. Nice job by El Fishway to get that cross through. And then the Hawks punch that ball out of bounds again, angrily that time. Now Lena Yonahara will queue up for the next substitution for the Hawks. And my guess, and we get a foul on the Hawks. So free kick coming for the Maroons. So a little sloppy play inside their own zone right now, the Scarlet Hawks. And another set piece for UChicago. Kick on the way, angling towards the box. That's going to go wide and over the back line. Goal kick. So Yonahara is going to come in for Lucy Georgiorian here as the first substitution for the Hawks in the second half. Yonahara replaced Hannah Ramos in that first half in the first substitution, but this time she replaces Georgiorian. Ooh, that one ricocheted back and hit Beltran square in the face. She'll live on, but probably doesn't feel good at the moment. As that Ball rolls to the goalie, Sasaki. Ball curling in, Georgiorian heads it down. Now here's Kayla Smith. Smith on Kohler. Cuts to the inside. Smith. And it's knocked over the back line, and it's going to be Scarlet Hawks corner. Maroons protesting somewhat there, but it's going to be a Illinois Tech corner kick from the far corner. As Smith will take the kick. Line drive, far side. Header goes wide. Wide of the left post. Hawks got an opportunity out of that one, but the header goes wide. And goal kick for the Maroons. 28 minutes to go here in the second half. And we got a yellow card issued on the Maroons bench here. So I believe that's assessed to Coach Reifert, even though it's the assistant. So each sideline getting a yellow card here. All kinds of emotions in this game. Crosstown game. Substitution queuing up for the Maroons. A pair of them. Josie Majauka will be one of them. Also coming in will be Avery Gallucci. Next opportunity for substitutions for the Maroons. Here's Mosman cutting to the inside. Up high to Narvarte, trying to pinch that one through to Chismarek, but it goes through, and Sasaki's able to pull that one up and give the boot towards the center circle. Yonahara gets there first. Then it's headed up in the air by Minowata. Narvarte knocks the ball down. Here's Kayla Smith. Smith to the inside. Trying to go wide there, no one home, and then Sasaki will just pick up the ball. Another substitution coming in for the Maroons, it appears. Could be a few of them here as Mackenzie Toomey is getting loose. Ball down the near sideline. Here come the Maroons. Knocked away. Good defensive play there by Schuth. And now we have the substitutions again coming in for the Maroons. Josie Majauka, Avery Gallucci. Looks like Mackenzie Toomey might have to wait for the next opportunity. Coming off for the Maroons. Actually, now Toomey is going to be waved in. Coming off for the Maroons will be El Fishway, Ginsberg, and Kohler. So 3, 4, and 10. Allie Murray will be the next sub in for the Scarlet Hawks. Throw in on the near side for the Maroons. Chipping it towards the box. Shot. Save made, Sarah Thomas. Well, shot on goal and a save by Thomas. She knocks it down, throws it over to Schuth on the near side. Upfield, finding Hannah Ramos. Now Yonahara throws it towards the circle. The Maroons get the ball back. Here's Sabloff. Hitting it wide over to the far side where Oleschlager will knock it down. Now Kayla Smith back to Oleschlager. And trying to race that one over to Chismarek, but getting there first are the Maroons. Header by Oleschlager. Now Narvarte knocks it down. Eva Narvarte. Pass through the circle, finding Ramos. Ramos will take it wide. Beltran to Mosman. Mosman in a race to that near corner. Now Mosman cutting inside, chipping it towards the box. Knocked out of there by Sabloff. Hawks get it back. Beltran. Back up high to Yonahara. Over to Mosman. Now Ramos. Ramos back up high, but knocked away by the Maroons. And they'll get that ball upfield, out of bounds, throw in for Illinois Tech. Allie Murray now coming back in for the Scarlet Hawks. And Hannah Ramos will take a seat. As Beltran will take that throw on the near side. Closer towards midfield. And now she's positioned by the official. Commence the throw-in. Beltran gets it inside to Mosman. Maroons gather the ball back. They're going to take it to the bottom of the circle, but Kayla Smith intercepts. And now Liliana Schuth. That pass will roll all the way towards Sasaki. And the goalkeeper for the Maroons will pick that up and roll it back into Sabloff. Taken away by the Hawks. Chismarek cuts loose, feeding it in, trying to get it into Smith. Good defensive play by the Maroons to interrupt that rush. As the Hawks might have had something brewing there, but good defense by the Maroons to shut that one down. And now play at midfield. Here comes UChicago inside the zone. And we're going to get it offsides against UChicago with 22:49 remaining. In the second half. I think that was Minawata who broke up that play on that rush between Chismarek and Ramos, or Chismarek and Smith. But either way, it was a nice defensive play by the Maroons to snuff that one out. Here's Thomas with the ball. Thomas will get it back to Liliana Schuth. 22:17 remaining. Yeah, I said earlier in that first half, it kind of has the feel of the game where it's like one mistake will be the difference in the game. And kind of still feel that that's the case here. And Sarah Thomas rolls and gets to that ball on that race. Thomas wins that race. Nice job by one for the Hawks. That was Gomez, Caitlin Gomez, who she was battling for that ball, and Thomas won that particular race. Play along the near side, goes out, and it'll be a throw-in for UChicago. A little choppy play right now. Coming back into the match will be Cameron Braxton Grimes as she re-enters here in the second half. So 2 for the Maroons back on the pitch. And coming out will be Indira Naylor, 25. Play at midfield. Maroons keep it in. Harrison Caldwell. And now thrown over to Mackenzie Toomey. Toomey battling. And it's going to be a foul on the Hawks, so free kick coming for UChicago. Kayla Thomas will come in for the next opportunity for Illinois Tech. Next side substitution. Here's Sabloff with the free kick for the Maroons. Sabloff will just roll it over to Toomey. And then Toomey will give the big right foot blast. Trying to find Grimes, headed down by Baltez. Narvarte tried to squeeze through there. Grimes gets the ball back. Maroons trying to set up. Now the Maroons take it to the inside. Up high to Toomey, Mackenzie Toomey. Over to Gomez. Caitlin Gomez throws it towards the box, chipped high, and into the hands of Sarah Thomas. That little backflip there, I think that was Braxton Grimes, but either way, Thomas was able to scoop that up. And now Carol Beltran on that far side. Here's Baltez. Baltez over to Olashager. Kayla Smith there to provide support. Back to Olashager. Upfield they go. No one home as Chismark was coming forward. Ball going backwards. And Sasaki comes out to get that ball with Narvarte darting into your picture there. Heady play there by the junior goalkeeper for the Maroons. Inside go the Maroons. They get the ball back. Knocked away. Now Murray will chip it over to the near side. Will Beltran get there? She does. Carol Beltran. Upfield to Mosman. Now Schuth. Crossfield to Olashager. Jillian Olashager. Finds Kayla Smith. Knocked out of bounds by Minnesota. Throw in for the Hawks. Substitution, Kayla Thomas coming in for Illinois Tech. Coming in for the Maroons will be Anna Tommen. Coming out for the Hawks, Amelia Mosman. Coming out for the Maroons is Mary Stewart Kerrigan. So those are your substitutions up to date. And one more on cue for the Maroons, Ashley Hayes. Maroons knocked that ball out of bounds on the near side. Throw in for Illinois Tech. Murray battling. And ball goes out of bounds. Ashley Hayase coming in for the Maroons. Caitlin Walsh coming in for the Hawks. Eva Narvarte coming out. And Minnesota coming out for the Maroons. Inside the zone goes Gomez. Gomez, cross. Top of the box. Good opportunity here for UChicago. Gomez fires. Getting in front of that one was Olashager, and she's able to kick it out of bounds for the throw-in. Good job by Jillian Olashager. Substitution for UChicago. Coming in is Ella Cho. So Cho will come in for the Maroons. And coming out is Gomez. Chipped up high, top of the box. Headed toward the net. And headed back out by Schuth. And now upfield they go. It's a 1-on-3 battle for Chismark against the Maroons. But now Kayla Thomas adds support along that near sideline. Thomas. Murray over to Yonahara. Yonahara in the circle. Finds a seam and gets the pass over to Kayla Smith. Smith now letting traffic come to her. And we're going to get an offsides call against the Hawks. So it looked like a promising start of a rush there. It was extinguished early by the offsides call. Two substitutions queuing up for UChicago. Sarah Ginsberg and Indira Naylor would look to re-enter the match. Also re-entering will be Kohler. Lane Kohler, and for the Hawks making her first appearance of the match, next substitution will be Annika Torbenson. Down to under 15 minutes to play here in the match. We are still scoreless here at Stewart Field. Here's Hayase. And the cross. Knocked out of there by Baltes. Upfield, who's going to get there first? The Maroons do. But then Walsh tries to intercept. Walsh is able to break free. Walsh now had the pocket picked. The Maroons keep the ball inside the zone. Good pressure being applied here by UChicago. Now they'll drop it off to Sasaki as Chismarek will apply some pressure. Sabloff through the circle. Long feed, knocked down. Kayla Smith will chip it ahead to Olashager, and now Allie Murray. Murray up ahead to Walsh. Walsh stops, spins, goes outside, inside, and then feeds it across to Murray in the circle, taken away by the Maroons. Now Yonahara backtracking. Pass goes over to the far side. Beltran will have to battle for it. Maroons keep it in on that near side, I should say, your perspective. Baltes chips it ahead. Now Kayla Thomas knocks it out of bounds. Throw in for the Maroons. Here's your substitutions again. Sarah Ginsburg, Lane Kohler, and Indira Naylor coming in for the Maroons. Coming off is Mackenzie Toomey. Avery Galucci and Josie Majauka. For the Hawks, coming out was Lillian Olerschlager as Annika Torbenson came in her stead as Olerschlager is getting tended to by the training table there. Might have a cramp or a calf pull. Torbenson upfield to Kayla Smith. Kayla Smith now battling there with Hayase, and it'll be UChicago ball. Throw in for the Maroons. Down to 12:55 to go in the second half. We are still scoreless. Hayase boots that one into Hawks territory. It's going to roll over to the far sideline and out. And it's going to be white throw, so it's UChicago throw. Much to the objection of Coach Reifert. There's Caitlin Walsh, double team there, but now Kayla Smith will boot it towards Sasaki. Into the hands of Sasaki and rolls it over to Sabloff. Sabloff being pressured by Chismarek. Sabloff will push it wide. Back to Sabloff and then booted upfield. Headed by Beltran. Now Allie Murray. Sabloff again. Along that near sideline. Taken down. That's going to be a foul on Chismarek. And we get a yellow card on Katie Chismarek on the foul against Sabloff. Now they'll whistle stop for restart of action there. Well, Chismarek with the foul and the yellow card. 11:48 remaining. And Sabloff will boot it into play, into Hawks territory. That gets past Beltran. But shoots there to provide support and kicks it out of bounds on that near side. Throw in for the Maroons. And another foul against the Scarlet Hawks over on that near sideline. Okay. Substitution coming back in will be Mary Stewart Kerrigan for the Maroons. Eva Narvarte will check back in for the Hawks. And it looks like Jillian Olashager will do that, possibly. Here's the kick towards the box. Header, and it goes wide. Well, Mary Stewart Kerrigan back in the match. And coming out for the Maroons will be Cameron Braxton Grimes. Coming out for the Hawks will be Caitlin Walsh. Back in, Eva Narvarte. Baltez upfield. Finds Smith. Smith. That'll be a foul on the Maroons. A little confusion there. And now Kayla Smith tried to get that one over to Katie Chismark, but the confusion with the call on the foul kind of messed up the timing of that free kick for either team, whoever the foul was going to be on. And we get a foul on the Maroons, free kick for the Hawks. Liliana Schuth with the kick into Narvarte. And she kind of got stung in the back there as the Maroons went up for the ball. Carrying the ball through is Anna Tommen. Deflected to the circle, Narvarte battling. Narvarte pushing it ahead, but Kayla Smith was tied up for the moment, and then it'll go to her numero sake there, Lane Kohler. Murray keeps it in. Back up to the circle. Yona Hara knocks it back down. And it'll go wide. Kayla Thomas chipping it over to the far side. Beltran knocked out of bounds by the Maroons. Throw in for Illinois Tech. Substitution pending for the Maroons. Stella Fishway will make her way back onto the pitch to the next opportunity. As we're down to 8:50 remaining in a scoreless match here in the second half. Also coming back in will be Tara Minawata. That one on net, and Sasaki able to haul that in. Not a whole lot of grade A chances here in this second half, but there has been some on frame, more from the Maroons. Another substitution queuing up for the Maroons. It'll be Caitlin Gomez. I think that'll be her third re-entry of the match as Narvarte sends it across field, finding Kayla Thomas. Thomas splits a pair of defenders and moves ahead, leaves it for Murray. Murray spins, rolls it into Narvarte. Eva Narvarte couldn't get around a defender there. Murray keeps the ball in. And now Kayla Thomas from behind, throwing it towards the net into the hands of Sasaki. So a little bit of pressure there applied by the Hawks, but nothing that Sasaki couldn't handle on that shot. Kept down in the circle by Mary Stewart-Carrigan. Mary Stewart-Carrigan battling there with Annika Torbenson, and now Gabriela Baltez recovers the ball, pushes it upfield. Maroons will have to retreat back in their own territory. Here's Kayla Smith. Kayla Smith breaks free. And now throw it over to Chismark. Chismark heading toward the inside, looking for an outlet. Back up high, here's Allie Murray. Allie Murray with the shot, bouncing, and Sasaki there to cover up. Well, good movement there by the Hawks. Didn't get a grade A shot, but you get a shot off nonetheless. They're stacking them up here, getting some pressure on the Maroons inside their zone. As that ball rolls, and it'll be a Scarlet Hawks ball. On the free kick, Kayla Smith. Kayla Smith with the free kick here along the far side. She's got Torbenson to her right. She'll curl that towards the box. That'll be short and headed back over the back line, however, and that'll result in an Illinois Tech corner kick. Kayla Smith will take the kick. As we're down to 6:20 remaining. Oh, here's a big opportunity for the Hawks to break through. See where Smith puts this corner. Heading towards the far post. Ball knocked down and booted out of there by the Maroons. That'll go well upfield. Yonahara will track it down and drop it over to Schuth. Schuth will knock it back into Maroons territory, where it's knocked out of bounds by Harrison Caldwell. Throw in for Illinois Tech and Beltran. Here's Allie Murray back to Beltran. Spinning out of bounds. Kayla Thomas throw in for the Hawks and Beltran once more. Here's Kayla Thomas. Has ball pickpocketed. Maroons look to go the other way, and they'll push it upfield. Through the circle. Now they're going to try and go wide. Oh, come on. Maroons looking for a foul there. That looked like incidental contact after the ball. And we're going to get a foul on Baltez. So now the Maroons get the foul they were looking for, but this one comes closer into Hawks territory, so they'll have a free kick. Sabloff will take it here to the left of Thomas by the right post, just outside the edge of the penalty box on the right side. Thomas directing traffic. Great opportunity here for the Maroons with 4:11 and counting to go. Here's the kick, rolls towards the box. Ball is loose, and it's punched out and rolls over the back line for a Hawks or a UChicago corner kick. Sabloff will take the kick again. Still have substitutions pending. They're finally going to come in. And coming in is Stella Elfishway, Caitlin Gomez, and Tara Minawata. Coming out will be Ashley Hayase, Anna Toman, and Ella Cho. Here's the kick from Sabloff on the corner. Hangs in the air, headed. And Kayla Smith will play it, knock it out of bounds on the near side, but a throw in for the Maroons on the far side. Throwing for the Maroons, we're down to 3:42. So Maroons getting multiple chances here inside the Hawks zone. Hawks need to find a way to break through and push the ball outside the zone. That hasn't happened as of yet. And now high hanging towards the box. That one slips towards the back line and out. And the Hawks will finally get the goal kick with an opportunity to change direction here with 3:18 remaining. Thomas will put it into play to Baltez. Now the Maroons are going to be applying the pressure here. Torbenson knocks it out of bounds, and that'll be a throw in for the Maroons. So Hawks unable to get anything generated offensively right now. They're just kind of running around in their zone. And ball thrown in. That's going to hang in the air. Headed down by Chismarek and punched upfield by Smith. That'll at least roll to Sasaki. And now Chismarek will apply some pressure to Sasaki. Now Sabloff back upfield. Knocked down, but that's going to go right to the Maroons. And they'll spread it wide to Elfishway. Elfishway towards the box into the hands of Thomas, and she'll cover up. Down to 2:27 to go. See if the Hawks can get a rush here in the final 2 minutes as Thomas with the punt into Maroons territory. It's immediately knocked back where Schuth will have to play it, head it forward, and it rolls out of bounds for a Maroons throw-in. Quickly getting it back into play. Murray applying pressure. And now Kayla Thomas. Ball too far out in front. Punch back towards the circle. The Maroons will regain possession. Minute 47. Near side. Harrison Caldwell feeds that one inside. Maroons holding on to the ball in the zone, and then Murray comes out with it. Here's Allie Murray across midfield. Murray up ahead. Katie Chismarek. Evan Narvarte going towards the box. Chismark with the cross and into the hands of Sasaki. It was too strong there, and Sasaki on the spot. That ball hangs in the air, and that's chipped back down by Yonahara. Back upfield. Torbenson battling. Torbenson. And now roll it over to Baltez. 1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute. So we've reached the 1 minute mark here in the match. Maroons punch it into Hawks territory. Maroons player falls down just inside the zone, goes out of bounds. Throw in for the Maroons. And now she's back on her feet. That is Mary Stewart Kerrigan. Come up hobbling a little bit, but she's back on her feet. Now the throw in coming. Towards the box, shot, and that one goes wide of the near post. As time winding down here in the match. Sarah Thomas will just slowly bring the ball out here with 15 seconds remaining. And this most likely is a scoreless tie. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your final score here at Stewart Field. University of Chicago 0, Illinois Tech 0. Thank you for coming out to tonight's match. Reminder, Illinois Tech men's soccer will take to the pitch this Wednesday night as they host Benedictine. 7 p.m. start right here at Stewart Field. Illinois Tech women's soccer on Wednesday will be on the road at Benedictine. 7 p.m. start out in Lisle. Thank you so much for coming out to tonight's match. Please drive or walk home safely. That'll do it here again from Stewart Field. Your final score, University of Chicago 0, Illinois Tech 0. A 0-0 draw and a well-played game between both teams. And we left the way we started, no score. Thanks for tuning in to Illinois Tech women's soccer here on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. This is Eric Willowhite saying so long, and we'll see you Wednesday night from Stewart Field, men's soccer versus Benedictine.